Hello everyone, good evening, welcome to the session. I hope everybody is doing well. Alright, just give me 1 second. Let me forward the link of the session on the Telegram group as well so that others may also join it. Check. So I have forwarded the link. I believe I am audible and the video is clear. Just let me also quickly confirm it once. Check. So I have forwarded the link. Audio is fine and the video is fine. We can proceed with the session. So basically, in this particular session, what we are going to talk about is how to crack the PNB LBO examination in the first attempt. Those of you who are attending for the very first time, let me remind you, the portal for the application is open till I think 9th or 11th. I think it is 9th of August. Chicken. So those who have not already seen it, went through it, kindly go through it. And eligibility criteria, etc. also we have already explained in the first session. Okay, about the PNB LBO, the basic criteria we have all explained. You should have 1 year of experience, private sector, public sector, uh, both are applicable here. Apart from that, you should have your graduation mark sheet, every important document which should be with you. And most importantly, the examination pattern and the syllabus also we have details. So there were 3 other previous session where we have already dealt with the eligibility criteria, pattern of the examination, syllabus of the examination, and also there was a separate session where we have talked about the GA questions which were being asked in the examination for the PNB LBO. Why GA session? Because GA is the game changer for this PNB LBO examination, which has 50 questions and it gives you nearly 50 minutes also for solving those questions. So that will be the game changer. Also, there is a sectional cutoff. So it is not the scenario that if you score 40 marks out of 50 in the GA portion and if you do not score well in the other section, then it will be compensated. No, there is a sectional cutoff. You have to score the minimum marks. You have to score the minimum marks. Okay. So let us try to understand that what has to be the best strategy to crack the examination in the first attempt for all of you. Before moving ahead, let me inform you that the PDF of this particular session will be available for you on the Oliveboard application in the YouTube section. Okay. Those of you who have not already joined our Telegram community, this is the link. Let me just quickly disappear from the screen. Uh, you can scan the QR code to directly join it. All the important updates related to the notification, new vacancies, and the video that we upload here on the channel are uploaded in this particular Telegram community. It is an open community, so you can communicate with each other also. It is not that only I'm going to send you messages there. Okay. Now let us try to understand about the entire strategy. So as I've mentioned, that 50 questions are going to be from the GA portion. So that has to be your number one priority to score as many marks as possible. If you can manage nearly 32 to 35 marks, that is a very good case. That is a very ideal case, because the level is not going to be very hard. For the GA portion, it is going to be moderate only, easy to moderate, more leaning towards the moderate. And most of the question, if the last time pattern is being followed, you will find a lot number of questions are being asked in a single sentence or single line type of question, which does not require a very depth understanding of the news under discussion. Okay, na? So moderate level questions are going to come, and I'll let you know about a tactics also, how you can excel in these type of question. Secondly, what has to be your first priority? Your first priority has to be to clear the sectional cutoff. To clear the sectional cutoff. No matter how well you score in the GA portion, how well you have completed the past month current affair, how well you are equipped with general economy portions, the banking awareness, banking knowledge portion, etc., static GK. But if you are not able to clear the sectional cutoff, then nothing else matter. So firstly, try to find out the weak area. What is your weak area? Is it English? Is it quant? Is it reasoning? What is your weaker area? And try to start working, at least giving 1.5 hours every day on your weak area. That is going to be your first priority. And then you have to focus upon your strong area. What happens ki a lot number of times we focus only upon the difficult stuff. And in that scenario, we often miss the things where we could have probably scored better. So strong area also, at least 30 minutes per day, if time permits, you have to give it to the revision of it. And I'm not talking about, I'm not including the GA session. GA is a game changer. You have to try that. You can, if you can allocate 1 hour every day, 1 hour every day to the GA, that is going to be very uh, good for you. Okay, I do understand that a lot of you are working professional, working for 8 hours or 12 hours a day. So you get less number of time. Some of you might be having family responsibilities also additionally. But the time period is limited, and the opportunity is also good. Okay, examination difficulty level is also not very much high, and local bank officer, you are being filtered out from the general competition. Okay, it is giving you the opportunity to skip the general competition because it is putting the clause of local language proficiency. So a lot of other candidates who could have probably cleared from one particular area, from one particular circle, they will be missing out on this opportunity. So that you have to capitalize. That you have to capitalize. Okay, that is why I'm saying it is a good opportunity. So 1 hour per day, we have to focus only upon the GA portion. And I'll tell you specifically what you have to focus upon the GA section. The 1.5 hour portion, it will be for your weaker section. If two of the sections in the examination are your weaker section, try to divide the time like that. Okay, 45. Either you can do 1.5 hour for one of the section on one day, and on the alternative day, you can pick up some other section. For let's suppose if you are weak in quant and reasoning, both of these things are your weaker section. So you can practice 1.5 hour, 90 minutes quant on one day, and the other day you can focus upon the reasoning. Or you can divide the 1.5 hour equally, 45 minutes each. 30 minutes you have to do on solving and practicing, and also revising the strong portion. If English is strong, okay, na? GA is not included here in this particular. GA has to be separated. So firstly, identify your weaker areas and the stronger areas. How you are going to do that? Try to take 2 to 3 days time period and try to solve as many as mock as possible. Mock or the practice paper as possible. Okay. Also, the previous year papers are also easily available. We are not saying previous year papers because there is one single paper that is available. So try to go through it also and try to find it out which area was more difficult for you. Which area was more difficult for you to manage. That is going to be your first priority. I hope this much part is clear. Any questions? Good evening, Amulya. Amulya, I will be talking about the IBPS someday. Okay, we are having a session on the main channel. We'll be talking about the IBPS, but this particular session we have to stick to the PNB LBO examination because the time is running. Okay, so if you are also appearing for that, it's a good thing. Otherwise, IBPS ke liye we are planning a lot of sessions for both SBI PO, IBPS clerk, and also SBI CBO for the upcoming examination. चलिए, now GA के अंदर में firstly you have to, if you have the access to the Bolt magazine, if you are part of the Oliveboard super elite program, and if you are having access to the Bolt magazine from any source, if some of your friend, if you are not already enrolled, if you are willing to enroll, you can enroll it. Or if you think that the time is less, it is not very wise to join the batches right now. If somebody else who is relative of yours, friend of yours, he is having access to the Bolt magazine, try to get that. Okay. Last time it was seen that a lot of questions were very simpler and based upon the headlines only. So you won't require to go through the technical depth and different features of a particular current affair, rather than familiarity only with the one or two headline or the first two sentences of the news covering the major update will be more than enough for you. So if you are having the Bolt magazine with you, try to filter out in the index section. There is already a number of current affairs which are going to be discussed are already kept there. So try to copy it and paste it in a Word file and then try to revise it. Now, if you are already part of the Banking Super Elite program, whether it is in English or whether it is in English, try to go through the live session PDF. Live session PDF. For example, Bolt magazine might have, let us suppose, 700 different current affairs in a particular month, including the thematic, weekly, and the monthly discussion. But the live session will contain hardly around 400 to 450 because we have limited amount of time. Okay? But these 400 are the most important ones out of these 700 which are present in the detailed magazine, because magazine you do not have to stick to the limit. You can put as many as current affairs as possible. In the live sessions, we curate the most important current affairs, and you won't have the time to go through the lectures, 1 hour lectures, 1 hour 30-minute lectures. So try to go through the PDF and try to solve the quiz that is given towards the end of the live session. That is going to be your first priority. Remaining 300, 350, 250, whatever questions remains and they are given in the bold, try to copy the headlines, paste it in a Word file, and try to revise it on a daily basis. You do not need to find the detail, you can say, provisions of a particular current affair, the features of a particular news, okay, or a particular scheme, only the superficial. Apart from that, one very important feature that you have to focus is information related to Punjab. Punjab, both as a state and Punjab National Bank also. We have seen that there were a couple of questions which were related to Punjab. I found two questions which were related to, for example, there was a question which was being asked that this particular dam, this particular XYZ dam is situated on which river? So answer was Ravi River. Okay? So the rivers of Punjab, the major static GK related to the state of Punjab, you have to be aware of it. Since the name only carries this Punjab, although Punjab National Bank is a national bank and it is present everywhere, the branches are present everywhere in the country, but still there are some questions which are related to Punjab that is quite evident. Whether they are picking it from the current affairs, whether they are framing it on their own, that does not matter. But the basic static GK, you should be familiar related to the state of Punjab. Next is complete bank profile of PNB. Complete bank profile of PNB. What does it mean? History, origin, evolution. Okay? These are the aspects you should be familiar. The current position holders, CO, CMD, etc. These all information you should be familiar. The product line of PNB, any special scheme, any special you can say product, whether it is credit card, whether it is a partnership, in the past 100 or 150 days, you should try to find it out. Okay? Mostly when you open the bold PDF for a particular month, there is a search option in the Adobe. Okay? You can directly search a particular word, try to search the word PNB or try to search the word Punjab. And if the lot of news which are related to these two keywords, try to copy them and paste them separately in a Word file, in a separate Word file. Okay, na? So that will be your strategy, because these questions are going to be at least 7 to 8% of the entire question paper. Out of total 50 questions, there will be at least 3 questions from these areas related to PNB, related to the state of Punjab. Now, apart from that, what areas you have to prioritize less? Obituaries, only the very important and critical ones you have to focus. Only the very important and critical ones you have to focus. Apart from obituaries, important days, random important days are not very much important for you. Random awards are also not very much important for you. XYZ university has awarded this award to this person, not important for you. National awards, international award, or any prestigious recognition, only those things are important for you to cover. Sport event ke andar mein, under hockey team, this much, that you do not have to. World Cups, not only related to the cricket, but other sports as well. Not only related to the men team, but the women team also. Wimbledon, Formula 1, etc. These type of titles, and these major sporting event you have to focus. Even, for example, something that the government is encouraging, for example, the Khelo India program. If there is a news related to that, that you have to focus. Something that the government is prioritizing, or something which is a national or a international level event. City, district, or between the department. Railway board has won this particular thing in this particular category. That is not very much important. So these are the areas where candidates often waste a huge amount of time, but the question yield is hardly less than 10%. Hardly you will get 5 questions, not more than 5 questions from all these areas combined. So rather, I would recommend you to filter out the important updates from this. Obituaries, which are, for example, few months ago, Lata Mangeshkar ji passed away. Asha Bhosle ji. Lata Mangeshkar ji to passed a few years ago. Asha Bhosle ji recently passed. Apart from that, there was other few people, I think few academicians, authors, etc. who passed away. Similarly, book and authors, there are few questions that we have seen, but these book and authors should be either the author is very famous or he is holding some important post. For example, in the last PNB LBO, Why Constitution Matter was a book which was being asked. which is being authored by Mr. D.Y. Chandrachud, who is the ex-CGI of India. So if the president, the vice president is releasing or authoring a particular book, the CGI, the election commissioner, ठीक है ना, or any important figure, Shashi Tharoor is writing some book, S. Jaishankar is writing some book, these are important books, है ना. Random fictional book और जो आपकी इधर उधर की किताबें होती हैं, that is not very much relevant for you, है ना. Try to save your time. Try to not give more than 3 to 5 hours to this entire section. 3 to 5 hours of revision is enough for this particular section, including obituaries, important days, awards, sport, and author. Or you can give 1 hour each, not more than that. Do not spend a lot of time. Rather, try to shift that time period on static GK, बैंकिंग नॉलेज के बारे में आपको पता होना चाहिए. एंड मोस्टली PNB LBO last year their focus was much upon the current affair, unlike a lot of other examination which ask the current affair also related to the banking knowledge, or which ask banking knowledge related to the current affair. In the case of last time PNB LBO, blatant current affairs were being directly asked. I think I might be having the PDF with me. Let me try to find it out. If I'm having the PDF, it will be much easier for me to show this here in this particular session. Yes, GA question asked. I found it. Let me just open this PDF and switch to the second slide. Okay. So second is this PDF. No. So this is what we discussed yesterday. I hope you have already seen it. Here you will see India conducted military exercise, pure current affair question. A recent transition of a payment bank to a small finance bank. This is not static banking knowledge or banking awareness. This is current affair. On what exact date International Human Rights Day, important day related question. Individual must reach what minimum age to be eligible for Ullas scheme, related to scheme. Okay. Those who are attending the session, I have just completed yesterday, I think was yesterday or day before yesterday was the last class. We have taken 18 lectures on scheme, and each lecture is covering 3 to 4 schemes. So we have nearly covered 60, 70 plus schemes, including the Ullas scheme. Ullas scheme was recently in the news also. Name the Indian aviation facility that honors the Lal Bahadur, this is a current affair plus GK portion question. Okay. Lal Bahadur Shastri was last week also in the news. This particular current affair was also in the news last week. And this is a static question related to that particular portion. Similarly, you will see that this open file is a terminology used. This is a static GK question. Current affair mein this open file won't be mentioned. For the protection of retail investor, what specific platform was being rolled out? This is a current affair section. Establish of the Prarthana Samaj took place in which particular city? This is current affair plus GK question. Prarthana Samaj must have been in news during that particular time, and they have given a static question. For example, if CBDT is in news, NABARD is in news, Geological Survey of India is in news, Botanical Survey of India is in news. Daily we do discuss that A3 has discovered this, BSI has done this, Geological Survey of India has done this, or for example, Archaeological Survey of India has done this. We do discuss these important updates. So static questions are also important related to them. They can be directly asked in the examination. Title of the ginger capital of India is attributed, seems to be static, but it is again current affairs plus GK. Current affair को जब हम cover करते हैं तो उसका static GK भी वहाँ पर cover होता है. Can you pinpoint the state lacking the RRB? This is a bank profile related curve. So if you are trying to sort it out, you will get the pattern and what area you have to prioritize, you will do understand. Who is currently serving as the MD/CEO of the NPCI? Dilip Asbe Saab, है ना? He is also given additional authority, has been added as a member in the SWIFT in the month of July, I think only. So this is also current affair portion. Working alongside WTO, which current affair? Appointment. This is appointment related current affair. Okay. Working alongside WTO, which entity is responsible for releasing the trade tech report? Current affair. Among the common banking service, which one is explicitly excluded from offering white label ATM? This is banking awareness or banking knowledge, static banking awareness or banking knowledge, you can say directly. Where exactly the central headquarter of InSpace situated? This is also current affair plus GK portion. Identify the river passing through Andhra Pradesh largest gold mine. This is current affair GK question. ठीक है, जीके क्वेश्चन रिलेटेड टू अ करंट अफेयर अपडेट. अंडर व्हाट इनिशिएटिव सेंट्रल बैंक अथॉरिटी इज इंडियाज एनपीसीआई इकोसिस्टम ओवर बैंकिंग अवेयरनेस, यू कैन से. नेम द रिवर विच द रंजीत सागर डैम state specific GK. How many digits are in the HUID code? This is current affair GK. Current affair GK. Guided by the RBI, which establishment introduced the free AI program? Pure current affair. What global accolade is given to recognize outstanding leadership in environment matter? Again, current affair. Under which specific banking classification does CUB banking awareness? In what nation is the head office of the BIS? Current affair GK. This is GK current affair. The classic text principle of economics was authored by whom? This is a static GK, you can say. Static GK. It must have been in news due to some reason and they have asked it, or probably they have made it up out of thin air. You know, we cannot say. Can you identify the nation that secured championship title in men's junior hockey? This is again sports related news. Udgam portal guy. They are asking Udgam portal full form. This is a current affair. Current affair. Find the city that serves as the base of the UNDP country. This is a current affair GK. UNDP often they are in news. They are either giving some forecast or prediction for Indian economy or providing certain additional budget for the India's growth, etc. So they are often in news. State current number of labor. This is again current affairs. Until which deadline PM Swanidhi current affair scheme. This is a scheme. So rather we should not write current affair. It is scheme oriented, scheme specific. In which city headquarter of atomic energy Shanti based? This is again current affair GK. To which historical figure the celebration of the National Youth Festival? Again CAGK. Union territory, where you will find this again CAGK, not a static question. Position of the chairperson of the Indian Red Cross Society is held by whom? This is again miscellaneous, you can say. It must have been in news, they have asked it, but we cannot possibly categorize or fit it into a criteria. By what target export promotion? This is again current affairs. What was the foundation of the botanical? This is current affairs GK. Often we do discuss in news. JSI has discovered this. Geological Survey of India has declared this monument as a heritage site, etc. So whenever we cover that current affair, that GSI, JSI, BSI, or any such body, or ASI for that matter, Archaeological Survey of India, they have done something or they have notified something, declared something. So there is a static GK that we have to cover. So this is a question purely from that. People might think that it is a random GK question or static GK. No, this is current affair GK. Static GK is different from current affair GK, and current affair GK is different from current affair. These are three categories which you need to understand. Total count of previous labor law. This is again current affairs, plain pure current affair. Identify the writer behind the book. This is author, book author related question. Only one question which was asked related to book author. What is the name of the airport operating out? This is so covered already. This is not applicable. This is repeated twice. UNDP Social Development Index, which nation is frequently referenced to? This is also miscellaneous. By how many repo rate? This is current affair related to banking. This is banking current affairs, you can simply say, or banking financial current affair. Can you name the person chairman of the SBI? This is also current affair related to banking sector. Okay. Shyama Prasad Mukherjee Airport. This is current affairs GK. Rural Economic Survey in India carried out by which specific organization? Current affairs GK. Can you specify the global payment that is currently processed through UPI? This is again current affair. National, international, you can say, or you can also say financial. National, international, financial. It can be categorized in both the category. Name the entity that serves as the primary policy advisory body for the government. Niti Aayog hai yahan par. So this is a, what you'll call, this is a static GK. Why? Because Niti Aayog को बने हुए कितने साल हो गए? It has been long when Niti Aayog was being formulated. So this is static GK rather than any current affair. Although we do cover it in current affair whenever there is a report from the end of Niti Aayog, we do discuss the static GK related to it. So this is either current affair GK or static GK. Expand the acronym of IDEA. This is again current affair related to the national international news. At what maximum approved number of member of Rajya Sabha? This is a static GK. Acha, this is also related to current affair in a way. Current affair. Why? Because for example, delimitation bill was in news. Rajya Sabha ke andar mein members were going, new members were coming. So often these things are the part of the headline. They are not coming up from random sources. There is a reason why this was being asked. They were the newspaper headlines. during the time period when the paper was being framed. Which specific PSU classified granted this is current affair, pure current affair, where the head office of the export is, this is also current affair GK. Title of entertainer of the year, current affair. This is award in the category of award. Identify the organization that recently granted India, this is current affair. So if you will see, there is only one question related to award. If I come back to, if I take a separate page here, there is only, let me just clear these things. Current affair related to awards was one. There was one question being asked. Current affair related to sports, one question was being asked. Current affair related to authors, one question was being asked. Okay. What other obituaries? Zero question was being asked related to the obituaries. Current affair related to important days, one question was being asked. नेशनल यूथ डे जो है वो किसके लिए वहां पर मनाया जाता है, ठीक है, यूथ डे के ऊपर से एक आपको क्वेश्चन दिखा था. तो व्हाट आई हैव मेंशन इन द प्रीवियस डॉक्यूमेंट व्हेन आई वाज टेलिंग यू द पैटर्न और हाउ टू क्रैक द एग्जामिनेशन, I have clearly mentioned that these are certain sections from where only 3 to 4 questions are going to come. There are 5 sections, है ना? So you are not required to give them more than 4 to 5 hours. You can choose and pick one single day. If you are able to take 4 to 5 hours in that particular day, try to cover all the important updates. And you will see the author which was being asked, it was a very major book, not a random book. CGI has launched this book. It was a news headline also. It was published in the paper also. Why Constitution Matters. Sport event was also major. Award was also major. Important day was not that major, but still, okay, related to any important person. If the important day is being asked, we will call it semi-important. It is not very important like some of the most common known days, but still it is having a significance. So ये आपका less priority area है और these are the second priority area for you guys. What we have seen from the scheme portion, there were at least 2 to 3 questions were being asked related to the current affair, related to the banking, financial, economy, business or static banking awareness related portion. There were at least 5 to 7 such questions. If we count it, national, CA, GK, 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 static GK, banking 1, 2, then we have 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, so as I mentioned, there were 6 to 7 questions. यहाँ पर भी आपका एक है 7. Is there any other question? No. 7 questions आपके यहाँ पर थे. There is one change which I like to add here. There were around 6 to 7 questions straightforward which were about CA related to banking, economics, finance, business or static GK related to this. है ना? Important days में there were 2 days, not 1 day. Human Right Day was also being asked and National Youth Day is based on which individual? So Swami Vivekanand. So there were 2 questions from important days. Okay. So as I mentioned, there, from each section there will be 1 question. From the less priority areas there will be 1 question. But what the examiner can do, they can ask 2 awards and 0 sport. They can ask 2 sport, 0 awards. So they can switch it. Ultimately, the number of questions will remain 1 per section on an average basis. So this is the lesser priority area. Here, there are 2 to 3 questions or 5 to 7 questions are being asked. Now, current affair, standalone current affair was the majority of the portion. It was the majority. And current affair related to the static GK, current affair GK, this was the topmost priority. A lot of questions related to static GK, which is associated with the current affair, has been asked in the examination. So your focus has to be a combination of current affair, which are related to only the headline, current affair and their static GK. For example, if IRIDA is mentioned or IRCON is mentioned or IRCTC is mentioned, you have to be sure about where their headquarter is, who is the current chairperson, okay? What are the current updates related to it? If you are following the current affair, integrating it with GK, so this is, you can say, almost 55 to 60% of the question is standalone from this area only. Standalone from this area only. Remaining around, you can say 10 to 15%. 10 to 15% is coming from this particular area. Current affair related to banking, finance, economics, business, and static banking awareness related question. So together, if you combine them, acha, defense, science, and technology, we have not seen any explicit question. Any explicit question related to the defense or science or technology was not seen. Probably there was one of few question which we have either not seen. Airport economic survey, digital payment, UPI. No, there is hardly any question related to defense, science, and technology. But there can be in the examination, there can be a couple of questions which will be asked from that particular question. So in a nutshell, you can be assured that 75 to 80% of the question will be a combination of current affair plus static GK plus banking awareness plus scheme. And current affair here is, it include all the type of current affair, national, international. Here the priority will be national, international. Priority will be banking, business, economics. This is your priority area, nothing else. Nothing else you have to follow. National, international, banking, business, economics. RBI se bhi we did not see much question, but RBI related updates also you can cover. So these, if you are going to cover these things, if you are going to prioritize these areas, you can get assured that 75 to 80% of the questions will come from this particular area. And if you are able to capitalize that portion, then you can even get 40 marks in the GA section, which will be a game changer for you. So first and foremost, what is our strategy? What we have decided, just let me switch the slide again. This was our previous slide. Yes. So first and foremost, what we have decided, that try to find your strength areas and your weakness areas. Give at least 30 minutes to your strength areas, around 90 minutes every day to your weakness areas. And current affair, you have to give minimum of 1 hour per day. 1 hour per day. This is going to be your timetable structure like this. If you are following it properly, then you can achieve 30 to 35 marks easily out of 50 in the GA portion. And if you are working properly on the weakness and the strength, you will be easily qualifying the sectional cutoff and getting way more. So it is not very difficult. Question level is also moderate. Just you have to back yourself. You have to trust on yourself and do everything that is required. Now, if there are any questions, you can ask it here in the chat box. Those who are watching it in the recorded after the session, those who are not able to join during the live session, they can also view the lecture in the recording. And if they have any question, they can put that in the comment section as well. PDF I have already mentioned. You will be able to find the PDF on the Oliveboard application in the YouTube section. And Telegram, if you have not already joined, you can join it from this particular slide. You can directly scan the QR code, or you can search the name that is given here in this place. Okay. Any other thing? Let me just check if there is any other thing to recommend. Acha. Those of you who are part of the Banking Super Elite program, the best way for you to go ahead is start practicing the current affair, which is part of the Banking Super Practice Kit. Recently, Oliveboard has started this Banking Super Practice Kit, which is one of the industry leading, you can say, program. No other platform is having this particular thing. What happens most of the time, for example, if you are preparing for IBPS clerk, SBI clerk, SBI PO, IBPS PO, individual examination, PSB, PNB, any type of examination. So every time you are served with the same type of question, that is not a very good idea to have, because according to the demand of the paper, according to the nature of the paper, the difficulty level of the question and the type of question which are being asked will change. Okay. So this is based upon the principle that one medicine does not fit everything. Most of the platform, they do what? They will prepare one type of current affair, one type of practice kit, one type of, you can say, mock test, and the same will be uploaded across all the beginner level, advanced level, SBI, IBPS, individual examination. That is not a good thing to have. So Oliveboard has come up with an individual examination and level target basis practice kit solution, which is part of our Banking Super Elite. So here you have to first select your subject. After you have selected your subject, you have to select the specific topic within, for example, you have selected quant or reasoning or English or current affair for that matter, select the specific topic. After selecting the topic, you will be having the liberty to select the level also. Are you willing to solve the beginner level question related to that topic, PO mains level, advanced level, past year questions? So that is quite an interesting thing that I personally do like a lot. So there are 1,000 plus tests, 9 different practice level, which you can see here. And it is covering from beginner to advanced level for different examination. It is part of your Banking Super Elite, which is industry's leading program, which include everything, Hindi, English, both the medium, English medium. You can see the lectures, 2,000 plus tests are provided. AI backed analysis and faculty backed analysis is also there. 4,000 live classes are there, 70 previous year question papers, past live tests, everything is included. Current affair, Bolt magazine, which is probably the best magazine in the industry, that is also provided to you. And you can directly tag the admin and the faculties in the community section to get your doubts resolved. So I'll be taking your leave now. Any questions if I have not answered, sir? How qualified English section, sir? Kumar, on the main channel, your English faculty will be coming up with a similar lecture. I have in the last session, I have basically mentioned what has to be your strategy for different section. But how you have to score better marks in that particular paper, in that particular subject, that your respective faculty will be able to better tell you. I have dealt with the GA strategy, which is my subject. English faculty, reasoning faculty, they will also come up with individual session, which you can follow up for better insights. Okay. Thank you very much. Goodbye. Take care. Signing off.